All right.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to episode 5 of the Adoption Pod. We got our co-host back. She's back. She's recharged and crashing out yet again.
Ish. Yeah, took about 2 days after I got back to crash out. So here we go.
Yeah, we had a good episode last week. We talked with Jay Chains and Ken Bozak. Talked about the club opening up in Vegas. They're actually there right now in Vegas for Rare Evo, so they're hanging out at the grand opening of the Ben's Bitcoin Club, and it was a great conversation with mass adoptions, the whole theme of the podcast here, and with the V Better DAO, what Jay Change is doing with Cleanify, Mugshot, and all the sustainable acts and getting paid in the Better token, which is really really cool. And then the whole social club with Ben's Bitcoin Club, because it was really really interesting to see a space where people can come if you're in Vegas to go make content or do whatever. They have education for Bitcoin and stuff like that, which is so awesome. Like that literally is onboarding people right there. So when you talk about mass adoption, those are two amazing things that I think are like super huge to get people into the space. But today we have FFV. Welcome to the podcast. And how are you doing today, my friend?
Oh, dude, thank you both for having me on. I'm doing great, enjoying the timeline as usual. Enjoying the time with you guys here, and just really ready to talk about anything that you guys want to talk about. I just enjoy doing these things with amazing people in space. So again, thanks for having me on.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, thanks for coming on. And it's really exciting to have you here because you are someone like I came into the space in 2021. I think you'd already been here forever. You were already famous. I'm like, who's this guy? But you were nice. And you actually taught, like, there's a few people that I remember when I was very new and struggling and starting out, like, oh, I made all the mistakes, right? And I think we'll talk about that a little bit with the Kaito conversation. I made a post the other day. I shilled like Apes Run the World to all of you guys at the Board Apes. It was this dumb female ape for like 3 months. I was like, guys, no, it's the future. And you're all like, whatever, idiot, But like, that's how a lot of Kaito people feel, right? Like you come into the current meta and then you're just trying to learn as you go. And not a lot of people are willing to really help you or take that time. So one of the things that I appreciate a lot about your page, and as I've been kind of ramping up on the Kaito thing, is like, you've really like hit that balance. So maybe start with a brief introduction of your just experience. Like, how did you get into Web3 so people have some context, and then we'd love to get into your thoughts on Kaito.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, just like you, I got into the space in 2021, and with NFTs. I remember this day like it was yesterday. Like I was I was working like a warehouse job. It was, it was paying the bills. It was good money and stuff, but it was just whatever. I was sweeping around. It was so dead there, and I listened to a ton of like Gary V podcasts for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. And, that guy really, changed my mindset on a few things. I was just very angry with the world. I was just not, basically not taking accountability for a lot of things that I did to myself. But you know, that's another story.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I feel like we all go through it, and eventually, you know, you pick and choose whether you take accountability or you continue your life not to. But I was hearing Gary Vee talk about not necessarily crypto, but he was just like, hey, you know, these things, you know, it's like the blockchain. He started talking about the blockchain, and I was just like, oh shit, that sounds really interesting. He's like, these things, non-fungible tokens, or what they like to call them, NFTs. And I was like, oh shit, that sounds pretty cool. And then he was explaining what they were, how it works, how they live on the Ethereum blockchain. And I was just like, you know what, dude, I never took a jump into anything. You know, I have like a little bit of stocks at the time there. Not that much, you know, but like a little bit. And I was just like, you know what, let's just go check this out, you know. And then he said, you know, you have to jump on Twitter. That's where everybody's at. And I was like, all right, well, I never had a Twitter. I did have a Twitter, but that was just like a dead account. But I never touched Twitter for the last 10 years or something like that before that. And yeah, because I just never went on there. And I found
it for banners, right? Like like it was like, who the hell's on Twitter before?
I know,
you
yeah,
realized
yeah. I was just like, who just types and reads all day? You know what I mean? And it's actually kind of crazy. Before that, I spent a little bit of time in a Clubhouse. That's how I actually got introduced to the community. And during the Clubhouse days, I started seeing like people like Farouk and other, you know what, to be honest, that's probably one of the only memorable people, because the rest of the people that kind of were in that, they kind of never really came back. You know, they kind of, man, dude, it's crazy. You know, like I feel like you understand this, to where like you come in with a certain group of people that you came in with, you know, from the very beginning. Almost. Exactly. Like, and they're just gone. They're just like, I don't know what happened to them. Their account is dead. And it's just like, there's just one guy in particular I'll never forget. He's an artist here, and he, great guy, super cool. We got super cool. And, you know, after the NFT kind of thing ended, you know, he just never posted again. And, you know, for better or for worse, who knows what happened. But yeah. And then after that, it was kind of crazy. I got really, really obsessed with this space, like insanely obsessed. I never felt like I like belonged anywhere really until I met these bunch of people like yourselves, like Mark, you know, everybody, you know, like we all have similar traits within
degenerates. You can say
we're similar, you know what I mean? And it was crazy. I joined the VFriends Discord and like the Bored Ape Discord and stuff, because that was kind of the only things that were around at the time that were kind of open for everybody. And I spent a shit ton of time in VFriends Discord, a shit ton of time. And I caught a lucky break when VFriends first released. Gary picked me to win one of his goos, his one of original Gary owned, you know, NFT. I was stoked. I was so stoked.
Do you know the nicest thing Gary's ever done for me?
What's up?
Threatened to sue me and Melissa Mosa.
No way.
On the stage as a joke. We had trolled him and put his face. You know that face on CNBC when he made that, like the face, the lady was like, and he made. So we all put like different hairstyles on this and had a space of like 500 people with like Vicky and like all the, you know, like the people that were around. And he came in and he's like, my lawyers are going to eat, you know, all in good fun. He's a cool freaking
That's
guy.
hilarious.
So what happened with yours? He actually gave you something. That's nice.
Yeah, he gave me something. It was awesome. Yeah, I was stoked. And I really got hooked on everything after that. I don't know if you know, but I think in April, some guy was just on Twitter, and this was like when Bored Apes were out. I think they were like $800, $1,000. This was like after they sold out and everything. And some guy named Hootie, shout out to Hootie, man. He was giving them out on Twitter. He was just, hey, you know, comment why you want to be a part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. and I'll give it to my favorite comment. And I don't remember what I fucking said, but he DMs me. He's like, "Hey man, I choose you, bro. Like I'm gonna give you this ape." And it's oh dude, it was fucking insane for me, because at the time $1,000 for an NFT, I was just like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
I
you
know. And it's a kind of an iconic, and maybe I always wonder about this, because like there are some Bored Apes that feel iconic to me, but usually it's the creator behind them that has like breathed life. And I'm friends with Jack Nefty, and he's doing his little thing right now, working on some stuff, but it's a character, right? Like they've evolved outside of just the yacht club. And I think that's really good for the space. Like they're not doing things outside, because Ape Chain's cool, and I think but it's still building another echo chamber. Like some of y'all got to go another, like apes to AVAX, apes to and like
I find it interesting, because like this is like the total opposite for me. So I got into crypto as like a minor mindset as an investor. Like I came in here to make money. Like what I mean? That was my main goal. I want to make my life better for me and my family. And I was like, and I see now like the value of I see NFTs and meme coins or whatever, and I've never really seen the value of the coins, because I my brain goes, what's the utility, what's this, what's that, what's the supply, and all that kind of stuff like that. But this is the bull cycle that I've really got into communities, and I think where I could see the value. I listen to a lot of Raul Paul, and he talks about monetization of community and what NFTs can bring and stuff like that. So I that's where I can see the value of stuff like that. Because that's the way my brain works. I'm a numbers guy, and so like I wonder, like, what was it about NFTs that interest you to like that got you into crypto? Because there's a lot of people that got onboarded through NFTs, and then like, I was part of the generation that got onboarded through Ethereum mining, because it was just so lucrative, and I'm a gamer, so graphic cards and building computers like was totally natural for me.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I one day we'll have to dig deep into games, man, one day. But yeah, dude, what really interested me with NFT, when I got into the space, man, I thought making money here was just kind of like a long shot. I was like, nah, dude, like I might, that'd be cool. But I really just wanted to hang out with people that were into this stuff. Like I wanted to ask these people questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And I was just like, at first I didn't really say anything to anybody. I kind of just posted here and there. And then when I started asking questions, and then when I started I'll answer the NFT thing right here. When I won that Bored Ape, man, it was just like, and we'll dig deep into this too, of how it affected me, and how like some people can get delusional by these things, and how it makes you feel and all this shit. But man, dude, when I got that Bored Ape, my account was flooded with all these people, like and it was crazy, because at the time, there wasn't really NFT people. And so if you were getting an NFT person, that motherfucker was real. You know what I mean? There just wasn't that many.
Nobody was like click saving yet.
That, and even people within our ecosystem were making fun of us. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? NFTs? Get the fuck out of here, And I was just like,
people are still like that.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. It's proven its name a little bit nowadays. Everybody, the majority people that we interact with all rock NFT PFPs, for better or for worse. Or some cartoon JPEG, you know what I mean? It may not even be an NFT, but it's still some kind of iteration of a JPEG or some kind of picture that they found online that's memeable and that's relative to the crypto space. But yeah, man, it was the feelings that you get when you feel a part of something bigger than yourself, something that's you're part of something, like you have your own tribe, you have your own club, like I said before, I never felt I wouldn't say belonged, but like I never really liked the people that I surrounded myself with at the time. So, I was just like, man, dude, like this is what it feels like to have like a group of friends that really just want to hear you and talk with you and just shoot the shit and fuck around with
and grow together.
And grow together,
right? They're not just losers that are like, let's go get drunk on the weekend.
Exactly.
I totally vibe with that 100%, because when I got into crypto and I started, for me, I got into like the whole macroeconomics and the whole boring nerdy stuff. and nobody in my life was doing anything. They were just interested in what's the next TV show or this series,
Yep.
watching, binging this movie and whatever.
Exactly.
And then like,
Exactly.
you know, it's funny now. I think about it. I've outgrown all my friends because you know they want to drink and party. I don't even drink
Mhm.
anymore. Like I used to smoke dope every day in my 20s.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that. I feel like a true boomer now. But
You are. You're a very
but it's so
responsible
funny.
investor,
Like
too.
I have nothing in common with them anymore because like I just want to learn. I love learning, but I sucked at school, but I love learning things that I choose to learn.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like all my friends, all my good friends that I connect with are all online. They're all on X, they're all on in the Twitter space, and then you get to meet them when you go to the conferences, and like it's just so funny. It's for me that's totally normal because I grew up playing
Mhm.
video games, and most of my friends lived all over the world. I spent so much
Yeah.
time with it every day. We
Nice.
would talk, right? Playing Counter-Strike.
Nice. Nice.
I'm so old. I was like age, sexing, locationing in AOL.
Oh my god! I met my
I
What
was-
did you know about that?
I was on the Omegle on that time during those times.
dude. I'm ICQ old and AOL
Damn,
Messenger
bro,
old.
you look good though, dude. You guys look good, man. Dude, we all look good. Dude. Jeez,
Thanks,
Jeez,
dude.
man.
That's why we had
Yeah.
all checks in the mail. I just
That's what I'm
paid
saying.
him to
Yeah,
fix
shit.
it.
I remember when I first started getting on the internet was shit, dude. My generation, fucking all of us, we were like the last. It was a kind of weird transition from like having no cell phones at all, you know, until
Yeah.
everybody having cell phones. I was
Yeah.
like, that was like a weird thing for me. Like, if
Yes.
you weren't having a cell phone by the time it was like 2006 or 5 or something, you were kind of like, whoa, dude, you're kind
Yeah.
of
Do you
weirdo.
remember-
You're a loser.
Do you remember the old
Well,
way
I
of
got one in
texting, the
2000.
QWERTY texting, where you didn't have the full keyboard?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh yeah, Ask Jeeves, man. Come on, man. I remember all that stuff. The kid, man, dude. It's so. I bet it's so easy to cheat nowadays. Jesus, man, dude. Back in the day, man, we had to write this shit in our palms, dude. I fucking used to write like the answers like on a what's it called, like a Band-Aid, and I just write some answers right there. Shit, I'd have it on there. I'd fucking lift
Pretty
it up
genius.
and just,
I can
I
see why you downloaded crypto.
I had it in the
Yeah.
back of my
hire the laziest person, and that's the ingenuity of the laziest person.
I had it in the back of my calculator in whiteout.
Oh, nice.
Or just like flip up the back of the
that's
calculator.
nice. Yeah. See, these are the DeFi guys, man. Way bigger brains than us.
Yeah, right.
We had a little bit,
Yeah,
but man, these guys. But yeah,
Going the
no,
big
it,
dog statement.
yeah, no, it was it was good, man. It was a good time. Still growing up with these things, but it's still good that we're still shit. We're still very young.
It feels like that again in crypto, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the beginning of something that's eventually going to be just part of everyday life.
You know what's crazy too about that? I hear me. I might sound crazy about this, but like, man, dude, like I feel like this is like history doesn't repeat itself, but sure does it fucking rhyme, man, dude. Like I was studying a lot in history, and I really loved how the stock market, how it started, how the ethos was, how people acted and behaved, and this is our way out. This is how the common man gets out. This is just the way
Wow.
everything, and this is the exact verbiage that we say today with crypto.
So they
This is
started
our-
out altruistic too, and then
The
here we are. in
same
space.
exact. This is gonna change the common man. This is gonna change everything. Everyone's gonna be rich. You know, all of us are gonna eat well. And it was at first. It was. It really, really
Yeah.
was. And then, you know, eventually people start to game it. They gamify it, and then people get indoctored. People get grandfathered, and then years and years and years. Luckily, you know, and I'm not trying to make it sound horrible or bad thing, but like, it's just very good that we are here now, experiencing things like this, setting ourselves up for our family's future, and the knowledge to have these things and these connections that we can kind of have as stepping stones for not only ourselves but the future generations of our family. Because how the fuck do you think all those people that have insider information and all these other things got to where they got? It's because of the family before them and them and them.
Right.
This is where it restarts today. with us.
You know,
And
it's
then-
funny.
Yeah.
You were saying how, eventually it was good, and then people gamified the system, and it was people that gamified the system. And this is what
Humans.
this is what I really like about Web3 is it's trustless. When you have trustless technology, you take the human out of it, so
Mhm.
you eliminate the bad actors because you can't have the humans doing it. It has to be algorithmically decided whether it's fair or voting mechanisms, whatever. But
Exactly.
it's better for people because it lifts everybody up. Like they say, the rising tide lifts all boats, and that's
Yep.
what it really does in Web3. The technology will really lift everybody from the bottom up. Just look at people, for
Mm.
example, that don't have banks and now can get, like, I know Cardano worked with people in Africa. There's a lot of
Mhm.
different cryptocurrencies that are doing the same thing. I know, like,
Yeah.
so in Canada, we're not allowed, we go to Cuba. That was like our Caribbean destination, and
Mm.
Cuba is adopting crypto like crazy. And I even saw like they have these little like antennas on the roofs, like little small
Oh,
Wi-Fi
damn.
networks, just to be able to transact with each other because
Wow.
yeah, it's so cool because it's just like and Jack is doing this right now with like the Bluetooth app, be able to send Bitcoin
Mhm.
with
That's
Bluetooth,
so
no
badass.
internet.
Yeah.
And it's because when you have countries that are so war torn, you put this technology in their hands, they don't need to worry about the government anymore. They can transact with each
Yeah.
other, and it's just like
Mhm.
we did online when we used to have Napster and all that kind of stuff like that. We were transacting peer to peer with everybody and decentralizing, everything online that you can download.
Yeah. No, 1,000%. It's just like I said, we use these technologies to really lift ourselves up, to really lift the not only countries but just the entire world. When you think about crypto in its entirety, it just makes sense for the humanity.
Yeah.
But I just, and I'm just putting it out there. I don't know, for maybe historical takes or what have you, but man, dude, I think that one day, I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime, but one day I think that, as technology arises and more how we embody technology, I mean, shit, we're basically cyborgs today. The only thing that's different from
Yeah.
this is it's just not attached to our bodies. But,
Sign me up,
Exactly.
Daddy.
yeah. And, these things, for better or for worse, these technologies will, I don't know, if these human things that we as humans created get recycled and cycled again, do I think that's going to happen again? I think so, maybe. The thing is that I think that this is another conversation that we can have some other time too. The only thing that's going to disrupt something like that cycle, is something that is not human. And the only thing that we can think of that's not human, that's intelligent, is AI. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think
It's
eventually
the new
AI
media.
exactly.
So there's
yeah.
room for
We're-
disruption. I mean, that was always our thesis back at Sedona. Crypto's a new medium, so maybe
Yeah.
Steam can be disrupted, right?
Mhm.
It takes that new, whatever, vehicle for something to come in
exactly.
and really transform an existing paradigm or model or whatever in a meaningful enough way to make people migrate from
Yep.
one platform to another.
I
Yeah.
always
feel
come
like-
back to this.
Mike.
I always think about just that, before we switch over to Kaito.
Yeah.
I always think about this. I look back because I'm a big fan of history too, and it's like, just look at the world, how much it changes in one human's lifespan. Human's lifespan. The world is unrecognizable in one human's lifespan. So I can only imagine by the time
Yeah.
we're in our 60s and 70s, what the heck the world's gonna look like.
It used to feel so. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. It's like my ex used to be like, the world changes in a day, but now it's like minute to minute. I posted
Yeah.
an enclave tweet. It was like, we're so back. Oh, it's so over. That's how fast our minds. And that's why I think so many people have ADD. And we were never meant to be processing this
No.
much information and volatility. Nothing really happened back then. I mean, there were we have to prepare for winter and let's set out a
Yeah.
plan and let's execute this. This is a playground.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We are
Definitely 1,000%.
squirrels, shiny shit everywhere. I can't even watch a TV show anymore.
If we teleported someone from there to here, they'd call us the devil. We are fucking doing Satan's work.
100%. Yeah.
You'd be burned at
If
the
somebody
stake.
back then would have seen a TV, they'd be like, yeah, okay, witch on the stage.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's a witch.
Yeah.
Burn him.
God.
And then
Okay, so let's Go ahead.
No, go. I can go on forever.
I just know we have a lot of people that want to talk about Kaito, and it is the hot topic.
Let's
And like,
do it.
I feel like it's, you know, if you're coming in this moment, it's like meme coins, it's Kaito. Like, you have a lot of yield farming and stuff. I think Black Hole's doing some interesting things, and I know you're much more deeper in like the ETH ecosystems and things like that. But if you're coming in, everybody is talking about memes and everybody is talking about Info 5. So when I got here, it was NFTs. I made the very wise decision of purchasing 66 Super Yetis instead of a Bored Ape. So, well, in 10 years, let's talk FFV. We'll see
Hell
who
yeah.
made the better trade there.
You're
But
right. No shit.
You come in and you don't know. And I'm like,
Yep.
I'm shilling a rug derivative, like, because I believed in the people. It was a great, that's the power of community.
Oh,
It
yeah.
can make intelligent people, you know, like put to, like, okay,
Intoxicate.
there's some kind of red flags, but like wag me. And like,
Ah.
it was a little cultish. And like, so here's Kaito, and we're trying to, you know, there's already people at the top of the leaderboards because they've been here. So what, like when we came in 21, everybody else was positioned to take advantage. And we have all these new people coming in, and it's such a frustrating thing to come in the middle of a cycle, know that you're so far behind, but that the opportunity is so huge. And I have so many people that recently, since I started working on DeFi app, have started following me and have tweet alerts on, and I'm super grateful for it. I'm super overwhelmed too, but they all need help. Like some of them are straight up asking, like, please follow me back, please this. And that's not in my mind the way to go about it, right? But like, I think it is our responsibility that if someone says that and you have time, like, just be like, listen, the way to grow is to build those, like, you have to get in that community. You have to, if your page is shilling 5 different products and you're just following smart followers, harassing them, you're never going to grow.
Oh, no.
So what would you recommend to somebody new coming in today? Like, Mike hasn't tried it yet. He has some DeFi experience. Even like, how do you go about maybe either starting a new account to farm yaps if you're brand new, or maybe somebody who's been in crypto for a while that's established? Like, how do you like build up
How
and
does it
not
work?
do it in a silly way?
Yeah. So, you know, for either accounts, honestly, brand new or someone that's been here for a while, what I would always like to think, man, dude, like, today's biggest KOL is, you know, someone that's relevant in the next meta. You know what I mean? These people, they cycle in and out, and don't get me wrong, these people will always deliver value and things like that. But man, dude, you can start from whenever, dude. You know, it's just like, it's the only thing that's different from someone that's brand new and someone that's been maybe a little bit established, is that people that have been here for a little bit have that kind of outside pressure that they put them on, some because they have followers, or because they're expected to get these many likes, and if they venture into something new, they're not going to get that many likes. So it's just like this extra weight on yourself, just like, fuck, dude, if I switch over, I'm not going to get the same, I don't have the same audience, the same likes and stuff like that. It's the same, it's going to be the same thing when you start a new account. You're just going to have to suck it up. 1 and 2, nobody's going to remember your shitty post. Nobody. Everybody remembers the fucking best ones, you know. And if it makes you feel better, at the end of the day, go back and like see this is, I'll explain to you exactly what I do, and like we talked about earlier, and how I kind of started to understand how I do these things, like how I, you know, get people to comment and things like that. So what I did is I would start studying myself. You know, at first, when I started taking content a little bit seriously, I was just like, why do I stop at the things that I stop at? What makes me feel this way to stop here? Not only look at this, but study myself, why I stop and look at this and move on. Stop and look at this and like it. Stop and look at this and like it, comment, or stop and look at this and repost and comment and say something, whether it's good or bad, or I have to study why I do the things that I do. Because when you really think about it, a majority of humans, emotionally, we all behave the same. We all get rewarded the same way, and we all like the same things. We like to get told nice things, and we hate when fucking fuckers are mean to us. You know what I mean? When you understand these things, we're all pretty much I wouldn't say alike, but like just like the reward systems and the negativity.
Right.
in
So
that
our
aspect.
brains are kind
Exactly.
of wired for dopamine
Exactly.
hits in the same ways.
So when you understand that kind of thing and why you do the things that you do, you can start noticing other humans on the timeline behaving the same way, reacting the same way, and you can start to see, you can start to notice yourself what words start to, I wouldn't say trigger you, but would start to invoke emotions and stuff like that, you know? And you'll start to notice why you really stop there and comment. And then you start to formulate that into your own post, but you have to, what helps me put my voice inside these posts, I'll say it out loud. I'll fucking speak it out loud. I'd be like, you know, I'll give you guys an example. Like for today, I said, you know, I said something earlier, like, you know, one of the biggest indicators I look for in any meta is fun. See, when I first typed it out, it didn't say that. It said one big indicator I like to see in a meta is fun. That's fucking boring.
Right.
But when I said it out loud, I
Yeah.
said one of the biggest indicators I look for in
Yeah.
a meta is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different when
Yeah.
you say it out loud
Punchy.
versus when you type.
Yeah.
When you say it
Yeah.
out loud versus when you type it.
So
But
when you're
when-
using Kaito, does it like do you sign up and it just looks at your posts, and that's
He
what
doesn't know anything. He's
I don't know
like the
anything. I'm a
noobest.
noob.
Oh yeah.
noob.
So with
the
Kaito,
noobs.
man, here's the thing. The best way is to get the most yaps and the most like basically, yeah, that's what we're gunning for is the most yaps. There's a couple of ways to do it. What you want to do is the best way to get the most yaps is, like I said, I'll take you through the process. I'll wake up every day. I'll scour the timeline about who's talking about what. I have a list of some of the biggest accounts. You're in it, Mikhail, because you're very fucking active. I put a lot of the most active accounts in these lists. I see a lot of what everybody's talking about, and then I formulate my own opinion about that, my 100% own opinion about that situation, because now that everybody is talking about it, quote unquote, these smart followers, you're going to pop up into these smart followers account or feeds and For You pages. And then these people are going to comment on the things, especially if you fucking take the other side from them. If that's your
100%.
if that's your honest, true opinion.
Yeah.
But you still get the same, wag me shit in the comments, even if you do agree with them. But it has to be your fucking opinion, your true opinion, because I promise you, you are not fooling anybody jumping on the bandwagon negative replies.
Yeah.
Everybody can see that you're just trying to get a few little clicks and likes. I promise you, and no one's gonna say that to your face. Just be nice to you,
I've been saying it to people's faces. I'm a big believer in just like I don't know if you've ever read the book Radical Candor. How can people get better if you're just like, oh, good job, keep it up?
You're right.
I just say, listen, like I look through your page and every single post is a different post about a different product. I don't know why I would follow you. So like my advice is look at your own page.
Yeah. No,
if you
100%.
were someone else, would you follow you? And there,
1,000%.
it's self-awareness. It's something you were talking about earlier. Just having that level of self-awareness and presence in the moment and not being so consumed with what everybody else is doing. I love how you've kind of like defined your own technique and style and it works for you, right? And that's something that people can replicate and still be very unique. It's like take all the inputs and then based on your wiring and your computer, you have an output.
Even
like,
think about like a new
that.
person coming into this crypto space. If you're loud on the timeline and you're just shilling another product, people are gonna feel like they're just getting sold to all the time, and they're not gonna feel like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, exactly. And you want to come in and educate people and like really foster that, and be positive with people that are new and help them get in, be nice to them and be like, hey, this is how you do it. And like, that's how people connect. People, again, people always remember. I always remember, my wife told me this. People always remember how you made them feel, not so much about what you said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
even
if
they're funny, if they're funny people, you can also troll them. And
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge fan of this because that's like an instant bond, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you don't have to all be, I think everybody just has their own personality, and that's very much mine. And it lowers defense systems, right?
Yeah,
Like if we can,
1000%.
it's so hard to like meet a new person in this space. There's so much like preconceived notions, and maybe you've heard opinions about people. I don't like to formulate opinions based on other
Yeah.
people's experiences. I think people are like chemicals, and they just react differently with different people. So just because I
Yeah.
don't get along with someone, maybe somebody else, they're a perfect fit. And that's,
Yeah,
just be yourself.
that's
Like you
that's
can't
for
find your
sure.
tribe if you don't be yourself.
Oh, that's for sure. I've had I've had a lot of great people in my life within this space. But man, dude, there's some people out there that just genuinely just do not like me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's completely, that's just life. That's just life,
Yeah.
and
You don't have
that's
haters,
cool.
you're not doing it.
It's
Yeah.
cool, and it's just like, I don't hold it against anybody. I might say some smart ass remark or something, but it's never hatred or anything like that. The
Yeah.
only thing that I would say with like that kind of stuff is just say something quick, nothing too nasty or anything. Just be like,
Oh yeah.
it's something, but like just move on. It's just not a good look if you don't handle yourself well on timeline. You know what I mean? No one's really going to want to trust you with things if you can't handle your emotions, But one last thing about that is that, like, when you go onto the timeline, you really have to picture yourself like you're going to a building, like a social club or something like that. When you go inside there and you just don't say anything, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to go up to people. You have to talk to them, and you have to say things, right? And I said something like, I posted this the other day, and I said, nobody wants to feel like they're reading bot or AI material. The more humanity you express, the more humans come hang out with you. And the more humans come hang out with you, the more comments that you get on your post, the more warm feelings that you get towards one another. Dude, it's fucking hard work. It's work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not like you fucking post and it's like you comment back 1 or 3 times. No, dude. When I post things, I comment, I reply to it. Sometimes I'll get hundreds of replies, and it's like, yes, dude, I'll reply to every single fucking one of them, dude.
How do you do? I did
800
the other day.
And
I don't even think I got them all.
Nah, you did it. But you know what I mean? It's but man, dude, does that momentum build, because you're just building more momentum. And especially like people that have been around, it doesn't really even matter. Like Modern said, it doesn't really matter like how someone approached you or how many followers you see on an account. They'll always remember how you fucking make them feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So try to make them feel good. And I always try to help. I always try to tell them probably the nicest kind of / in a harsh way. You can't fucking come on here and just be a human billboard. You can't. I don't want to talk to fucking ads. I think you're an AI or a bot.
You
I'll
don't
just move
want
on.
to talk to.
I'll have to.
You don't want to talk. Sponsored by AVAX real quick. Just want to make sure.
No, but
at least find good ways to do it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Can we zoom in on that?
Zoom in on that.
Yeah, please zoom. But it's a content creation, right? I think they're coming in thinking, hey, I'm farmers. They just don't get the point of it. They don't get what the company's objectives are with these programs. Nobody's like, they're just thinking impressions is the KPI, right? And not conversion. So I think we need to do a better job.
See, in a way, it does get rewarded though, because those people are getting paid, and that's why you have these this more of an uprise in these kind of AIs and these kind of replies and these people in your DMs, because these people are not doing it because they don't see the reward or they haven't seen the rewards. They're doing it because the rewards are coming in. They're getting paid a little bit, and as we all know here, USD or CAD is worth a lot more in different countries in the world. So a dollar for us is a fucking $1,000 for them. You know what I mean? So like crazy. That airdrop for them is 1,000% worth it for 50 cents. That's like a day worth of expenses, or like a week. We don't know. We don't know. But
I don't save in the Canadian peso anymore.
Oh, you don't?
You know what I mean?
No.
It's just like, for us, it's like $20, $50. Oh wow, this is a fucking rug. But that $50, that $20 is that $50, that $20 is a lot of money in different parts of the world. So You know,
I
these
lose that
people
in the
are.
casino every day,
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
That's why I like the ways to be able to earn crypto, because it brings that barrier to entry down
Hmm.
and allows
Yeah.
people, like, for example, like I have a lot of followers from Nigeria, and maybe they don't have, the access to work or income, and their currency is not as good as, the US or North America or whatever. And they can do a couple actions and a couple things that they can do, because everybody's got a cell phone now,
Hmm.
and you can earn some crypto, and that might be like, dinner for you for that day, or who knows, like it can get you by.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really, like I said, like we were
They're
talking
buying
before,
equipment
it lifts
to
Yeah.
people
create
up.
content to
Yeah.
level
Yep.
up. Yeah. Like
And
you couldn't bootstrap for a long time in this
Oh,
world.
yeah.
Like it got too expensive, but now with technology, you really can. There's enough free apps and tools to get
Oh
you
yeah,
started.
and that's exactly what I was gonna say, is that like you got to start using these AIs. You know, I
Yeah.
use Grok, I use ChatGPT, I use this AI that I can't really talk about right now, but I'll reveal it here in a couple of weeks. But man, dude,
Interesting.
it's fucking very cool, very cool. I'll hook you guys up with that kind of stuff too later.
Okay. Yeah.
But what's it called? Man, I asked these. This is exactly what I'll tell them. I'll ask them here. I actually go to one of my prompts. Let's see. So I'll say something like, "Oh, right here." Let's see. So I'll say something like, "Hey, what are some of the best, like, or what are within my circle at FFV? What are the biggest accounts talking about? What are the majority of people talking about? What are the topics for the day? And what are the words people are using to get the best get the
Wow.
best get shown within the algorithm that algorithm favors? And it'll give me all these different things, You have to use these AIs, because guess what? Your favorite KOL is doing exactly what I'm doing. We're all using these AIs, how to read these algorithms, what people are using, what buzzwords they're using, and what they're trying to, and what everybody's doing at that time. So when everybody's
y'all are
saying
so screwed now that I know the secret.
yeah, we're bringing value here,
I've been doing it the hard way, but that's the thing.
But you learn,
Yeah,
we learn, that's exactly, because this
learning
information,
out loud.
this information is, I got this information for free by myself. Everybody out there in the entire world with the internet connection has the same tools, just like you said, the same tools as I do. It's just the way you use these tools, So I'll ask I ask exactly what I just said. It'll give me all these things. I'm not gonna lie, it's not 100% accurate, but I'll take into account what these things will say. I'll cross-reference what these things say onto the timeline, see if they actually are talking about that, and then curate like a good list of people that you really enjoy their content. Get the most human interactions. You got to watch out for those AI bots and stuff, and really just people that really are in the now. You have to study them, see what they're doing, and goddamn, dude, the top motherfuckers are replying. You know what I mean? It's just, it boosts our accounts up, it makes the algo happy, and then it boosts your fucking content. Dude, I do at least 20 to 30 replies before I make another post. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and then
the
algo is, oh, dude, this guy was out there supporting other people's posts. I'll think of this in my head. Oh, this dude was out there commenting on other people's posts. Fucking boost his shit. You know what I mean?
That's one of my. I've been working in, so I used to help brands launch on Amazon, and I've been in Web2 marketing for years. But when I started marketing on platforms like this, I would always be like, what are the goals of this platform, and how can I best align my product and my marketing and my approach with the platform's goals? And they want X, Y, and Z. X wants users on the platform longer. So let me try to figure out ways that I can keep people on the platform. And if I have to share links to articles, let me do it in a way that doesn't directly take the user off the app, because they're looking for that, right? If you're posting things that are taking people off X, just imagine you're the algo god, and what would you do with your content? I think that basic ability to step out of your point of view. Go ahead.
You got to learn. You got to ask these AI these things. They know. Especially with Grok, we utilize X every single day. It's a great idea to ask Grok a little bit about the algorithm, learn about its algorithm, how it works, what it doesn't like, what it likes. And sometimes if you really like set like a real tone for your voice, anybody can do it, you just have to work hard at it. You can sometimes even ignore these things and say curse words and say all this crazy shit and still get a lot of attention. But that's because you have built your own voice, you built your own audience that the algorithm can't even fucking take that shit away from you. You know what I mean?
Like it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need the freedom to cuss. I need the freedom to say gay and retard.
But you have to start. You have to start. See,
Yeah.
when you first start something, it's not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna be like,
Right.
you know. But the more you do it, you get well known for that. Just like, oh shit,
You gotta let them introduce you in doses. You're like, here's the package given to me.
One of the biggest things for anybody out there, especially if you're starting out, just be fucking patient. Just be patient. I did not get a single fucking like. I barely got any comments for the very first 2 years when I was doing this stuff. So, and this is before like Kaito, this is before any of these rewards of SocialFi and InfoFi stuff, before any of this stuff. You just really have to be patient with this stuff. Everybody learns in different paces. But man, if you just keep on learning, you'll just be there. You know what I mean?
I love your suggestions that like anybody can take, right? Like using AI to help you create content that's more engaging. We didn't have that when we got here. It was
no way.
Trial and error, like horrible AI tools. I was like copying, pasting my faces on other memes. Like,
I remember that. I
read a post today. It might have been I don't know. Somebody wrote that like, somebody asked me if they could should go to like Photoshop school or whatever, like design school for like a year or whatever, like level up for their job. They were like, dude, just learn the top AI tools. Like you'll spend a year at school trying to learn all this stuff and you'll still be dumb at it. Spend 2 months reading really good at one AI tool and you can transform your future. Like open, different doors, be able to create quality, from your mind beyond what like human limitations are. So I think that's really,
No, it's 1,000% true. I mean, I'm not even transparent. Like recently, within a couple of months, I learned how to just through AI, how to short, long, set stop losses, all this stuff, and all these different things, and I just kept studying all these different things. I had no idea. I don't want to go and sit through an entire hour-long fucking YouTube. These AIs will just tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and what these words actually mean. Right now, I'm asking AI how to teach me everything about liquidity pools, how to provide it, LPing, what I just said, all these things. And it's telling me exactly what I need to know. I don't have to go out there and Google search that or this or YouTube, anything anymore. I can just ask this thing, specific things. The more specific, the better. And then off I go to learn. I just read, and then if I need to explain it more deeply, I ask what the fuck does that word mean, and it'll explain that, and then just keep going and going and going and going. Just like my bro Marty here said, dude, you're fucking leveling up. It's invigorating when you want to learn things that you want to learn. This fucking world is an open world video game. You come out here, you do the side quests, you get OP, and you go out there and you do your main, and you fucking dominate. You know what I mean?
It's never been this easy. Like literally my ride homes from work have been just me having conversations with Gemini, like on my phone.
Nice.
Like, so I'll just like literally I was today I was having a conversation about wash trading and tax loss harvesting. I'm just like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And it's like telling me, how the laws are in Canada and the difference between Canada and the US. And I'm like, okay, based on the information you gave me, can I do this? And like, I'm learning how to do my taxes while I'm, doing a break job at work. And it's like,
and then if you ever get sued by the IRS, you can just say, Chat GPT, I have all the records. I literally asked it.
TLDR, I should move to the US because you guys have better tax laws for tax loss harvesting. Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to move my crypto somewhere else.
Okay, what's the craziest amount that you have gotten from a Kaito airdrop? If you care to share, if you don't, if it's too high or you're but like, what's the upper end of somebody when they're really making it in Kaito and you crush a good leaderboard? What's the
I won't say specifically which one
Okay.
it is because it's
yeah.
at the time it was it was just a little weird. But I think I was number 3 or 4 or something like that on this Kaito leaderboard, and I made after I swapped and everything, I think I made around like $8,900, you know. But that was just, and it was crazy because I didn't like post about it or anything. It was just straight. And this is like another little hack that I found. If you find Kaito leaderboards that give you the most rewards out there, and just comment, especially if you're like if you're a bigger account.
Skip the posting, keep your timeline clean.
You can completely skip it and comment on every single one of these people's Kaito posts, and then you'll just end up on the leaderboards like that. And I made 8,900 from one, and then one time there is this one specific airdrop that I had to deal with that. Being on the Yap leaderboard while also participating in their thing, and that was an extra fucking $10,000. So together was 18. And that day was 18 fucking racks, and that was probably a Kaito related thing, 2 into 1. But yeah, that was like the biggest one I got from one.
Dang. So
it was
forward to. Yeah,
and I went to Hawaii.
I was the one that I barely did anything, you know, like it was the first one I didn't realize how powerful yapping was or whatever, you know, but I thought it was just yapping for the original airdrop. I didn't realize dig into it enough that, all these other companies are coming on and putting prize pools. Well, I don't want to keep you much longer. I know you have things to do. Mike, do you have any final questions before we move on to the charts?
They put me on the spot. Honestly, like I'm just like soaking it all in because, like I said, I came into the space in a totally different avenue, and now becoming introduced to Mikkel and everything, she's kind of pushing me to like learning all these new things, and it's really cool because I'm really experiencing there is a lot of different ways to make money in this this ecosystem. For me, I'm just like the 4-year cycle. I buy, in bear markets, and I hold till bull markets, and then I start taking my profits. But
he's doing better than all of us.
I've gotten into a position now where like I'm set with my investment strategy. So now I'm like I want to explore the ecosystem, and for me it was communities, and I got into communities. Nice. I got into the Web3 breakfast, and then I got into when Mikkel was doing the Gig Me with all the gaming, and I'm like, and it's all things that I love. Like I love gaming, and I got into the gaming scene, and then it kind of branched out from there. And now my whole thing is like trying to lift people up, which is because I'm a mechanic. Like you never thought mechanics are supposed to be grease monkeys. But like my goal is to become a millionaire and show people like a blue collar worker can do it too, and so can you, right? Like it's so that's my journey. It's on the way.
Yeah, that's where I came from too. I mean, shit, dude. I didn't do well in customer service, so I did literally just a bunch of warehouse stuff.
I can't imagine.
I didn't do so well. But one last thing before I head out of here. Don't ever fucking be embarrassed to get into any meta that it's a rising or what have you. I promise you, your favorite influencer KOL has participated in many metas. The only reason why one meta isn't so fucking popular with this KOL or what have you is because they're not benefiting from that fucking certain meta. So whatever meta is happening,
things too, right? Like because they want all their airdrops for themselves. Like, no, don't do that. Ep.5 is stupid.
When you fucking, when you fucking always remember when you fucking close those doors at night, these people are not fucking thinking about you. So you need to fucking go out there and get yours no matter what. You know what I mean? Without committing crime, brother. Without committing crime, sister. Without committing crime. But fucking get yours. Because fuck, dude, Karma's real.
Well,
So
no,
I stay
and
away
it's
from
like,
that. I stay away from the crime, because karma's
how many of us
karma's
have
real.
held projects out of loyalty or trying to want to support for like, and just lost huge bags because we don't want to affect it, It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you do. Like, that's your future retirement.
Yep.
Like, they're worried about theirs and you need to worry about yours. So you make the best financial decision for you.
Oh yeah. And as soon as you fucking they push back at you for like that shaming shit. Oh man, dude, I had a fucking ball with that because dude, people would try to
Still look at everybody's wallets.
Dude, people would try to sell shame me. I'm like, dude, you can fucking sell shame. You can sell shame me all the way to the fucking bank, my guy. Okay, you can sell shame me all the way to the fucking bank. I do not.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? People. It's just that envy, right? Like people do that in normal life, anyways. Like when someone, I saw something. It's like when you have your normal group of friends and you start succeeding, and then people start to hate you because they only liked you when it was comfortable for them, but when you start growing, you start becoming uncomfortable for them because they see you in that basket or what you were. I have that problem in my family. Like I talked to my sister and I've grown so much, and my sister like still goes back to like the guy I used to be, and it's like that's not who I am anymore, sis.
Most people don't change. That's the sad thing. They don't change their whole life.
And that's why I always go back to that, dude. We are all of us in crypto in this special area, this special time. Inevitably, like as we all believe, inevitably the rest of the world's on its way. But for now, as this special time, special things, only special, real fucking cool people are here right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It takes a lot to fucking deal with the shit that we deal with on a daily basis. We've seen a lot of people
years and are still here.
So dude, always if you're still fucking here rocking all this time, give yourself a pat in the back. You can deal with this shit. It may suck sometimes, it may fucking be great at sometimes and fucking suck shit some other times, but holy shit, you just have to keep going. You just have to fucking keep going. But like I said,
the miracle happens.
Yeah. But dude, I thank you guys. Thank you both for having me on. It's been a fucking absolute pleasure. I hope I was great for you guys. I hope I delivered some value for you and your audiences.
It's awful. It's mid, but I'll piece it together in some kind of very helpful sounding way.
I appreciate that.
Helpful. And FFV, again, I just want to tell everybody he has been a real one since I first got here in 2021. I had a much smaller account. He always engaged with me. He is one of the coolest people. Like, I think about people who are still holding their Bored Apes. You want to FUD people for shame selling, whatever. They're the most diamond-handed motherfuckers and have had more fun than anyone else. And they're still out there representing that, it was a special time. So give them
that's what it was like. Holy fuck, man, what a special time, man. If you weren't there, I can't explain it to you. I understand why you can't understand. But man, dude, the people that were there, fuck. But that's why I can't turn back on my boys, man. Those are my guys. I fucking love that crew. I fucking love that club. But yeah, man, like I said, again, thank you guys for having me. This was a lot of fun. I am so happy to see you guys doing your thing, and I can't wait to see you guys do even more incredible fucking things, guys. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what's the name of your podcast and when is it? Shout it out real quick so people
so my podcast is at FFV Podcast. I'm doing some revamping right now. I'm doing some, like, I fucking love your guys' overlays. I love the way you guys are doing too. So I kind of want to revamp my kind of stuff like that too and get a little bit of more of a brand thing. So I'm working on that, and then I'm going to be asking a bunch of people to come on and do my thing as well. But you guys have to keep watching these two because I have a great feeling these motherfuckers are going to kill it in the fucking future. Okay. So, again, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Peace.
Bye. Awesome. Well, that was good. I know Mike's going to set up for the charts and thanks to you for the reposting the stream and look at some of these content.
Guess what? We're
questions.
Ready.
You're ready already?
I'm quick.
God, thank God. I was like, what am I going to talk about?
See, we get this going. I got a little system now. You know what? It actually saved it from last time, so that was really nice.
1% better every week.
Absolutely.
All we need to do.
Absolutely. So let's look at some cool charts. So
Yeah.
this is my
Let's
jam
see
right
it.
here. Charts brought to you by Enclave Markets. This is the new thing
And
here.
the edge bot.
So
Edge.
they gotta get me like the media kit so I can throw them on the overlays so we can
I
show them
know.
off. And yes, edge bots. Honestly, you got me into bots at the beginning with Solana,
The
the
salon
Bonk
bot.
bot, and I had no idea what the hell freaking like a bot was. Like a Telegram bot. I was like, what? I'm like, you can do crypto on this now? Like, man, we have come up so much from like having to get a MoneyGram, going
How
to
hard it
the
was.
convenient. Like I look like a drug dealer trying to wash money, like freaking launder money, trying to go to get a MoneyGram just to
know.
get into crypto. And now we're spoiled with.
Well, it sounds like you were buying weed at the time too, Mike.
Well,
So
I was at the time, but
I
still.
did
Like,
look like a drug dealer.
but today at
What
work,
are we looking at?
I went through the charts in depth. We made a
Okay.
bunch of trades. I'm just gonna like show myself a little bit here, because we did some trades on the last week, and we absolutely killed it. My first trade on DeFi app, 18% on a Bitcoin trade.
Cool.
And then
I've been liquidated 8 times and never closed out for a profit. Despite
well,
being in profit many times. So
take out your notepad and start taking notes because we're gonna go through my system here. Cardano, we did good, and XRP short, 88%. So that was my
Dang.
best trade last week. So if you guys, and I posted this stuff, so if you guys followed my trades, you guys would have been in the money. Okay, let's get into it. So let's start with Bitcoin because Bitcoin moves the entire market. And
Yep.
we kind of got a little scared. We dumped down. I had to readjust this. I had this a little higher, and it looked like we had lost the pattern. But this is the day, the 4-hour time frame. But I'm gonna go to the daily because it looks much better on the daily. So
Okay.
on the daily, we have still in our falling channel, and I'm gonna go through this because I saw something in the charts today. It's like that basically made me think like we're very, very, very close to the end of the market, and for Bitcoin. And maybe altcoin
Oh.
season could start
Okay.
heating up from there. But honestly, I think it's going to be fast and furious. I think it's going to be a real fast altcoin season, like a blow off top, like that kind of stuff. So this might be the last falling channel we have for Bitcoin before we see the top and then the end of the market. And I got a target at 125K. It could go higher. I initially had it at 130K, but we haven't broken out yet. So Bitcoin could still go down to 109K. Like we could bounce around in this channel still. But what I've been seeing is if we go on the weekly, and you can see this very, very clear on the weekly. Every time we have a falling channel, we come touch this little white line. It's a 21-day moving average. Every time we have a downtrending channel like this, we touch the 21 and we rip up. This one we lost it. This was a longer consolidation pattern, but we come touch the 21 and we pump up. And I think that's what we might be doing now. I think on the weekly, like each one of these candles is a week. So I think we're going to come touch the 21, which lines up with about 109,000. So we might hit the top of the channel. We might go up to 115, 116 again, and then back down. So altcoins are going to obviously get rammed for that. I have this red line here, and this red line is supporting at the top of this previous downtrending channel. Yeah, I don't know why it's like
so
this.
we don't want to hit that.
So this is your support line right now. If we hit this red line, we should hopefully bounce off it. But if we lose the red line, then I'm gonna assume we're gonna come to this 21. We can even go sideways until the 21 starts to come up. It's, as you can see, it is going up. So even sideways is fine. But we don't want to lose this one because that's the top of that last channel. That was when we hit 111K at this last channel. So we don't want to break that. So we could make a double bottom at 111K because we did hit it on this wick here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. We're in my structure still. So I'm not worried until we break structure. When we break the structure, then I'm going to start to get worried and have to rechange our thinking because, lower is the next option if we break it. So
if we don't go up, we're going down. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we can bounce around this channel. So we could go up. It looks like we're holding this moving average here. So either we're doing one of two things. Either we're making a bear flag, which is like this, and we're gonna drop accordingly. So the measured move of
Okay.
this bear flag would be probably down here, which lines up with 108, 109. So very, very well. And usually when you come into a channel from a downtrend, it's a continuation pattern. So that's even more evidence leading to my hypothesis here is that we are probably eventually going to go back down to 108, 109. So I
Okay.
wouldn't
So
be,
short here is good.
pardon me.
So a short here.
A short potentially, yeah. Could if you again, it's high risk because we could just rip up the
Mhm.
115. If you want to put a short, you can do something like yeah. Let me get rid of my long position here. We can do something like this. So let me go. Let me bring up a short here, short position. So we can probably, if you want a short, you do something like this. You hit it, the take profit at the top of the channel, and then you would put
Mhm.
the stop loss at just if we
At the
were to
bottom.
no at the top. So if it
Oh,
was the breakout of the channel, you'd have there. So this is a small
gotcha.
trade. This would be like a 2
Yeah.
point actually not bad. It's 2.73. Usually you want like a 3-to-1 ratio, risk to reward ratio, but 2.73, so you're pretty good. So if you're
Okay.
so the way and this is when you're talking about risk management, I'm going to give you my calculation here. So for example, your portfolio is $1,000. So
Mhm.
1% of $1,000, you do $1,000 divided by 0.01 is 10%. Your stop loss, I just did a stop loss here. It's 1.69%. So you would divide it by 1.69. So
Mhm.
169. That's your position size, 591 USDT. That's what you or USDC, whatever. That's your position size for your trade. So when you set this stop loss and a take profit, you're only ever risking 1% of your portfolio in every trade. So you'd have to lose 100 trades to be able to liquidate your portfolio. And
Right.
that's how I trade. I trade 1% moves every time, and I only trade patterns that I know have a more success rate. Falling channels break up to the upside 64 to 78% of the time.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trading right now. I'm just waiting to see. I think we're gonna go to 108, so I'm gonna wait till we hit there, and that's gonna be my entry. So what
And
I'm
then you're gonna go long.
yeah. So like my long would look something like this. I would look at hitting the bottom of the channel. I'd wait for the bounce to confirm it. So probably
Mhm.
somewhere around here, and I would my measured move is up here, and then my stop loss would be below the channel if we lose structure. So I would keep it just below the structure, and that's almost a 5-to-1. That's a 4.31 to 1 ratio. So that's a pretty good risk to reward ratio. And
Gotcha.
that's how I set up my trade. So you look at the chart, you try to get ahead of it and try to plan your trades ahead before
Yeah.
they get to where you need to go.
You mean
Um,
you don't just impulse like, oh my God, ETH just went down a bunch. I bet it's gonna go back up.
well, you can because
Long 25x.
like that XRP trade, I woke up, I looked at my like, this is my routine. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are the same way. You wake up, you check the charts right away, and I'm like, holy shit, it's a Head and Shoulders, and I shorted XRP. And I like Head and Shoulders are gonna break down to the downside, and it was just making the right shoulder, so I got in as
Mm.
fast as literally woke up
You sleep?
by the
That's so
afternoon. I was
fascinating.
pardon me,
But it's fascinating that you sleep during the
right?
global
I know,
outing.
right?
It's
Like
hard all the time. I took a nap today, like kids starting school and everything out at like 9:30. I was like, dude, I'm crashing out. I need a nap.
your kids are in school already. It's like our kids don't start till
The South,
September 4th.
yeah, that's the normal time for the entire rest of the United States too. But for some reason in the South, probably due to temperatures, I don't know.
Oh, that's
Or they just
it's funny you say that because when I went to Florida, I went early May, and they were just finishing.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
we
literally
finish
the
early.
last day of school. Like we were
And
there. Okay, that's
yeah,
what makes sense because we're like, well, that's so
I
weird.
think that's what it is. Because it starts getting so hot. I mean, by the end of the school year,
That makes
you're
sense.
dying. And
Yeah.
then usually August will start getting a little bit better here. So yeah, we'll see. All right, what chart do we have next?
Let me just go through one thing quickly, just so you have an idea of where the market's going. I want to give you guys my macro picture. So we have Bitcoin dominance, and you need Bitcoin dominance to roll over for altcoins to pop up. So I still see Bitcoin dominance rising a little bit. This is why I still think that we can have a bit of a bounce. But this blue line is the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, which I think eventually we're
Mhm.
going to hit it and get rejected, and that'll be the start of the downtrend. So I do have Bitcoin dominance coming down, another leg down, and that's going to be
Okay.
a pretty nice thing for altcoins. The only thing I'm worried about here is tether dominance. Like I've said before, rounded bottoms pay the bills,
Heather,
and tether is going to go up. I have tether going up. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. So I was like, if Bitcoin dominance is going down, the money, where's money flowing? Is it flowing? If tether goes up, that means money's flowing to altcoin. It's flowing to tether, so it's not going into the market. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So I kind of backtracked a bit, and I'm gonna go to my weekly time frame on tether because I've been tracking this for a long time.
okay.
So
I'm scared. You're scaring me right now, Mike. I'm
so
telling you, I have PTSD from 2021. Never know, like, when's the top, when's the bottom, when do I buy, what do I say? Like,
so
we're in the middle of it,
so-
and it's confusing.
let me find my chart here. It's on the daily. There it is. Okay, so I've had tether on an uptrend for a while, and then
Okay.
it was like a 7-year uptrend, and it hit the bottom of my channel. I don't know why it's not showing now. I had it on the phone. I hope it's not a different chart. Let's see, 1 week. Anyways, you can see it here that we had a huge uptrend, and we kind of are rolling over now. So I have tether dominance popping up a little bit. So we just got to watch. We have to watch the dominance on tether because we need that to roll over and Bitcoin dominance to roll over for that to go up. So maybe this is just a little pump. And again, I still see the 200-day moving average here. So if the 200-day moving average, we come to tap it and just get rejected by it, and Bitcoin dominance looks the same, then that's when altcoins are going to happen. So we might have a little bit of a dump and Bitcoin dominance pops off because Bitcoin, everything's going to go stay, like Bitcoin will do better than altcoins right now. So it'll stay stronger. So we have to watch this before we get into altcoins. I would be actively, if you're like, altcoin season is coming. I don't know exactly when. It could be September, it could be October. So you should be actively looking, if you're looking to get in the market, looking for entries. And that's when you want to be buying these dips because you want to get in before it starts to rip. And then you start taking your profits as altcoin season hits because you can have like daily candles where you're up like 190% in one day. Like it can go crazy really, really, really fast. And you want to be selling into that stuff and not FOMOing it.
Yeah, trying to find. Yeah, I've learned that mistake the hard way 1,000 times. So, what altcoins are you watching?
So this is my watch list here. I watch like XRP, Cardano, just a lot of the things I hold. And then on Deck Screener, I have my watch list here for like some of the, the smaller cap stuff, like the stuff that we've been tracking, like Nifty, Home, and everything like that. So honestly, like the market right now, it's you got to watch Bitcoin, and then the big altcoins will do that. I still think we're gonna go down. I still see more down. Bitcoin can have a short term pop.
You think ETH and everything's gonna
ETH kind of
take a breather?
Yeah, I think so. So ETH kind of like lost our channel here, kind of scared me. We came back into the channel and it kind of looks like we're bearishly retesting it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna get any ETH right now. I'm not gonna trade it. I'm just gonna give it some time to either get back in this channel or lose the channel and make something of it. But what I've said before is when you can make a circle around the moving averages, it's usually a time to get out of the market because you usually have a dump. And right. And you can see that almost every time you have huge pumps and you can make circles around it, you have a dump. But that's not a bad thing. It could be like see here, there was a falling wedge and then we popped off. Like that's fine. Like it has to make another pattern. If we lose this channel right now, we're fighting to get back into the channel. So if we can get back in, then whatever, forget this ever happened, and we'll continue to trade this pattern. If it does trade back in this pattern, then you're looking at about $5,000 Ethereum.
So saying that I'm an idiot and have an ETH long open right now, at what point should I set my stop loss? What number should I target? Like panics.
Where did you enter? Do you know like your entry target?
Yeah, let me tell it to you. Wait, now there's a new version available. Download that. Okay, come on, DeFi app. Work with me here. Oh, there we go. It's because I can click it with the right button.
Yeah, so I would just like if you got in somewhere in the middle,
Entry was 36.85.
36.85. Okay, so it's not that far down from when you got in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so I
It's only
would
15x leverage this time.
okay, so let me go to yeah, I don't know. I would probably go to the bottom of this candle what's do you know what's your liquidation price?
35.06.
35.06. So you wouldn't even make it to this candle because it wouldn't make a lower low. Your hope right here is that it holds this little uptrend right here.
Okay.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm not overly bullish on Ethereum right now. Because
Okay.
we're
I'm just
this.
going to close it.
So we have the uptrend. I honestly I would because if it gets back into the
Yeah.
pattern, then just trade the pattern again. Get back in.
Right.
Like, wait for
Right.
it to come back into the pattern, and then you can trade the bottom of the pattern to the top of the pattern and make that loss that you have. You can make it back.
Yeah.
Right.
See, you're so much more of like a real trader. Like I'm not even like I'm such a DJ.
She's like,
and
oh,
I'm
Ethereum,
like,
YOLO.
YOLO, like and it's like a bot, and I'm always doing so many things. I don't have time to like sit down and research. And then even Michael tell me good trades and I get in on them, but then I forget I have them, and then they go back down.
This is
So
why I trade with a
losses.
stop loss and a take profit because I'm the same way. I can't be on the charts all the time. I'm working or I'm with my family or something like that. So I'm like, this is my measured move. And to be honest, I sell early. Like for example, if this was the pop off and breakout, I would trade the breakout and I would like halfway up. I would take my take profit halfway up because it never always goes to the top of the move. But I'm,
Right.
you know what I mean? At least I can get here, get it here, and I'm out and I'm good. I made a good percentage. And then you just wait for the next trade. You just wait for your setups. All of these things here are just setups. You just gotta wait for the pattern to complete. And you might be sitting on your hands for months. And it just happens. But one thing I do see here is this
handle that. What do we do during those times when we have to sit on our hands?
other coins can pop off. So you look at other coins and see if there's you just scour the market and see if you can find something because if money's flowing out of one coin, it's going to something else. If it's not going to Tether, it's going somewhere else. So there's always a coin that's going to pop up. Sometimes you'll see like Bitcoin take a dump and some random altcoin will be up like 100%. Like so you just gotta scour the charts and find something like a bullish pattern, something, and then you gotta look at like whatever coin you're trading and its strength against Bitcoin. If it's holding up pretty well in a Bitcoin dump, then that might be something you want to look into the trade.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Okay, what other charts we got?
All right, so let's take a look at AVAX. I haven't looked at AVAX in a while, so we can do this live here. And
I have 183 AVAX stuck in the blockchain somewhere right now.
Stuck in the blockchain?
Yeah, I sent it to an address at DeFi app that doesn't have AVAX operational yet. So as soon as AVAX is operational, it'll show up there, but
it's in the void.
You did it to yourself. Yeah. Girl, you did it to yourself.
We've all been there. Everyone, I've sent money or crypto to an address that I literally was showing my wife how to do a transaction, and I was sending like Solana because it was fast. And I learned something doing this. So I sent like $20 over to a wallet, and I didn't realize the Solana is very picky. You actually have to, if it has cap locks, like capital letters, you got to use capital letters. So I copied and pasted the address or typed it in and sent the money, and it didn't go through. I was like, what the hell's going on? I double checked, triple checked, right address. And then I go on Google, does cap locks matter? And for Solana, it does. I've never had that problem in any crypto I've ever transacted with. And
that's what it sucks about crypto still, right? Like it's like nobody would know that.
No. And I've moved to just, honestly, for me, I scan QR codes now because I can't screw that up.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, what's going on with AVAX? Because I want to know what it's going to be worth when I get it back.
Okay, so AVAX, falling wedge. We did break out to the upside. We kind of went sideways. So now we're fighting with this daily 200-day moving average. We popped off above it. Everything looked good, and then the market kind of rolled over, and so did AVAX. We kind of stopped.
Is it Jerome Powell's fault? If you had one person to blame, whose fault is it that the golden bull market paused?
That's a good question. I think it's going to be more Trump and the tariff talks. That scares the
Yes.
market more than because like the FOMC, nobody expected rates to be cut. Everyone knew it was going to stay the same. But like every
Mhm.
time like Trump talks about tariffs, it's like everyone's like fearing, oh my god, inflation, inflation, inflation. So everything goes
So
crazy, right?
again,
Yeah. So I think
somebody should take his Twitter account away from him.
right.
Maybe Elon should just suspend him again.
So this is what I watch. I would watch this little trend line here. Maybe we're just bouncing off this trend line. Hopefully we get a bounce soon. But the moving averages, I like when they start to get close and tight. So you do want to see when they get close and tight,
Yes.
and you can, and again, always backtrack your work. Always like if you have an idea, see how many times. See, it's again, it's technical analysis. You're looking for patterns. So find
Yeah.
patterns when moving averages get tight, and you have pumps when
Mhm.
this kind of happens. So when the moving averages get tight and the 21-day moving average comes and starts to cross over the 200-day moving average, you get massive pumps. Every single time
Okay.
the 21-day moving average pops over the 21, so the white line and the blue line, you get big pumps. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting for
Right.
it. It might go sideways for a little bit longer, but as it goes sideways, all the moving averages start to come and get closer together. And then that
Mhm.
21, right now the 21's above, but we're below the 200. So that what we might have to happen is it might actually come down actually. This 21 may have to come back down here and then reset. But
Justin is going to be so upset about this. He's
it's
really going to miss $22 AVAX.
hey, just buy more. Like if you really believe in the project, I do think we're gonna have
Yeah.
at least $100 AVAX.
His whole personality is built around fudding AVAX prices. And he's like the biggest AVAX maxi I know. It's hilarious.
You have to follow the pattern. So look at my RSI here. The RSI is in a clear downtrend, and just wait
Yeah.
for it to break above that trend. You look at a structure. The trend is your friend until the end. So follow the trend. When the trend breaks, then something changes,
Okay.
and it's going to be different.
And so would you short AVAX here?
I'm in a holding pattern. I honestly I after today's deep dive in the charts, I'm not 100% sure of direction right now.
Okay.
Because I look again, I go back to Bitcoin, and we could pop off and have a short-term rise up to like the top of the channel here, or even not even make it to the top, like 115, or we can just roll over to 108, 110, or whatever, right? So like,
Mhm.
I don't see an exact direction right now. So I'm waiting for a confirmation right now. I'm waiting for us to hit the bottom of the channel and bounce off, or hit the top of the channel and break out. So right now
Okay.
I'm gonna trade a bounce off the bottom or a breakout off the top. And if we have a break off the top, all coins look good. If it breaks out, if it bounces off the bottom or goes through the bottom, no good for nothing. So that's
No good for nothing.
so that's what I'm looking at right
So
now.
what are you doing right now? Are you holding? Are you selling? Are you
My positions I'm holding because I'm not selling
okay?
any of my altcoins because like I still believe altcoin season is here or coming. So I am not selling positions, but I am not actively leverage trading right now. I'm waiting for. I only like to trade patterns that I when I feel confident like this pattern is going to win, then I trade. And right now
Yeah.
I don't see us. I don't see that I'm going to win a trade right now. I think I'm going to get chopped out a lot. I think there's going to be
Right.
a lot of chop right now. And as you can see,
Yeah.
even like look at Chainlink here. Like Chainlink looks almost like exactly like AVAX. The only difference is Chainlink is above the 200-day moving average. So when we get above 200-day moving averages, it's a good thing on the daily time frame. That's my line in the sand. I've said it many times before. So holding pattern, just waiting. You can even look at like, for example, like Chainlink here. You can look at it like a falling pattern here,
Yeah.
and then you just gotta wait for the breakout. And I think AVAX looks almost identical. So maybe you can trade, a falling channel. Maybe you can even say that we did have a falling channel here. We did break out, but we have a bearish engulfing candle, so we're bouncing off it. Maybe we're gonna bounce up here. So that could be a possibility. If that is the case, then this move will bring you to, I don't know, not a very big move. Maybe, yeah, right up to 24.
So just not worth it to even dabble, really.
No, I need more. I don't want to be trading this below the daily right now. But we can, again, you move down the time frames. So the time frames, like you have the daily, and then you go to like I'm at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour looks like we lost the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour. So if we can't hold it, which looks like we're struggling, then you go to go to a higher time from the 8 hour. Where do we stop? So maybe we stop at the 8 hour. So
Okay.
we wait for it to either come down, bounce off the 8 hour, or if it goes through the 8 hour, then we go to the 12 hour. Does it stop at the 12 hour? So that's what I look for. When I see us
Okay.
lose a key trend line on one time frame, I move to the next time frame and I see where does the bleeding stop, and then you wait for the reversal, and then you can start moving your way up the channels and see that's the momentum. Like I said, it's a wave. You look for the wave to start, and you get in and you
Right.
ride the wave until the waves start to slow down again.
Okay.
What do you want to look at? You want
I
to look
have
at
a,
Nefty? You
I
want to
have
look
a
at Lambo?
Well, I think Nefty, we're just slow building, grinding. Like I'll make a comment just on kind of like where we're at. Jack's working in the background on magic, whatever. I can't say too much about it because we don't want that to be the centerpiece of the project right now. It's
Yeah.
community building, attracting those kind of people that we want to lift up, getting those people into the project and understanding like DAOs don't work basically. They're extraction mechanisms, and that is, kind of the direction the project is going. But right now it's community and lore. So, we're kind of vibing as a community. We have a poker night coming up Friday, doing some different things like that, but just chilling. So I'm not too worried about the chart on that. Like I'm just holding it, not even paying attention to it. But I would like to look at the home app. So they just dropped their mobile app today to people who signed up for test flight. I've already made swaps on it. It takes less, like, how most times they're like, okay, we're going live on test flight for, and the first time you use your app, you're like, what kind of trash is this? Like, this app is a fully developed app. I made a swap on it. I opened a long on it, like out of the box, ready to go. And then the other point that I want to bring up about them, why I'm, kind of feeling bullish about them, is the community, it's community governed through holding and staking home, and the community voted for whatever X proposal 160, whatever, I'm making things up at this point, but to start the home buybacks and burns with revenue fees earned from the flywheel. So these guys are really professional. Like I know Chris came from, I think originally Web2 marketing. It's really interesting to hear in the last probably 4 to 6 months, the term flywheel get popular on crypto Twitter. Like I guess we're finally getting real marketers in the space, because that's a very old term from like
Is it?
every other marketing niche that you've been in. You try to develop a flywheel. Yeah, so it's funny. But they have actually built one that makes sense and works. So I'm curious. It's, the buybacks, I think, just started. They may not have even started yet. So maybe look at this chart and just understanding where they're at in their development. We're in season 2 of the farming. I made 7,500 last season. I'm hoping to crush it, way harder this season. I think I'm in number 5 on the Kaito app. But where do you see this price going? There is going to be 1 billion more home tokens on the market at the end of this airdrop. So we have some bullish things coming, and then the pool's going to get a lot bigger.
Let's see. So the daily, huge daily cup looks like it could almost be like a cup and handle, right?
I know that's good.
And if this was the handle, we have broken out. And if that's the case, it could do something like that, which would be like from here to there would be like a 34% increase.
Sheesh.
Potentially. Go to the 4
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
Go to the 4 hour. Again, nice rounded bottom, like I said. And rounded bottoms usually do very, very well. And as you can see, we started a huge uptrend. So you know what? I'm gonna just eliminate the whole cup and handle thing here. And I'm just gonna give support and resistance, because it's so new, right? There's not a whole lot of data.
Right.
So it's gonna be really hard to trade to have to be able to back test it, right? So what you do is you just kind of zoom in and you look at support and resistance lines. We had a nice, this actually, you know what? This actually, now that I'm seeing it here, this looks like an inverted head and shoulders right here. Head, shoulders.
Well, if it's inverted, it's bullish.
Inverted is good. So if we're on the shoulder right here, the measured move again would be 0.04195. So it potentially could go up to about 19%. Yeah, 19%. So, and honestly, I've seen this stuff. Like I saw, like I woke up one day, I saw Cardano inverted head and shoulders, jumped in, got it. We're clearly on an uptrend. Like this is up and to the right,
Yeah.
and it's not like
Yeah. I wonder if we long this on DeFi app. I don't even know if it's one of the tokens available.
and what
for
I like
perps.
about it, it's not like sometimes when you have like a scam, it looks like this. It's like a stare, right? Like a stare like this, and
Yeah.
that's scammy. It shouldn't do that. This is like up down all the time, like a lot of volatility here, a lot of moving of hands selling and buying, selling and
Yeah.
buying, which is what you want to see. This is more authentic than just like a stair step up because that's manipulation. Stair
Right.
step up. So
Right.
this is good. And then again, inverted head and
Well,
shoulders.
it's an
look good.
airdrop too, right? Like airdrops are going to be much more volatility.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Every
everything
time
is,
you
but
have
there's
a
a lot.
pump, you had somebody that got in early that wants to take profit, and then you have a new person that wants to come buy, and then it dumps because the person sold, and then that someone wants to buy it, and that's just how it is. There's buyers and sellers all the time.
Yeah.
But again, up and to the right is nice. Clearly an uptrend. So we had a little bit of a fake out here where we did lose the trend, but we're back above the trend. So again, I don't get worried until we break structure. So just follow the structure.
Okay.
The trend is your friend. We're at the bottom of it now, so maybe this could be the start of that pump,
Okay.
right? So
Let's find out.
it hurt.
I think this can, like, if I know you're new to it and I'm trying to get you more involved, but this team is like world class, and the product has delivered every time, and the community is very enthusiastic. I mean, I see this as like a Coinbase killer for DeFi. Like once people get educated on, I think they use what's it called? Fractal?
So
MPC, sharding wallet. So it's like custodial, but your seed phrase is broken up, or it's non-custodial, but your seed phrase is broken up, kind of thing.
okay. So
So
I'm a little upset because I jumped into DeFi app and I'm undefeated so far. I haven't lost a trade on DeFi app yet. Our Bitcoin long, we did well. Not a whole lot of money. The one thing that I kind of sucks because I can't click on my history and see the percent gain. It just shows me my close P&L, but it doesn't show me the percent. This was that Bitcoin long we had here. This was the 18% long. Again, I only trade 1% of my portfolio, so we only made like $2, right? Like for me, this is just practicing.
Well, you're earning XP too for the airdrop.
Well, I didn't. This is what I'm pissed off about because I didn't get any XP for this because I didn't have home at the time. I was waiting for an entry to buy home. I didn't want to just buy the top. And
you don't have to have home to get XP.
Well, I won 2 trades and I didn't get XP until I bought home.
Okay, but listen, so you have to go, the perps platform is separate and you have to claim your XP separately.
Okay, how do I do that?
So if you go to your DeFi apps perps page.
Yeah, I'm here.
I have some right now.
Oh, I see it. Oh.
Yeah, so don't be mad. You just got to claim it, bro.
There we go.
It shows
see?
up in your other account.
Okay, so there we go. I got 24. Okay, 24 XP. We're getting there.
Let's go.
See, we're learning live.
Learning out loud is the most important way to do it. It's just like there's so much, like everyone's figuring out this little shit and learning new, like there's no way to get all we can't all study all of it. Like find people who are doing things and like network with that group of people that, like I have a wide network in home right now. We have a faction with 800 members. Like we're cooking. We're going to make the top at least, I'm shooting for top 10, but we'll see. There are some big whales at the top that are like VC funds that have been swapping a lot of funds. So they'll probably make the most. But the nice thing is that even if you joined like the top factions, your percentage of the XP will be so much smaller because those people have millions and millions, and say you have 1,000, you'll have like 0.0001% of a much larger airdrop, but it ends up being less. So I think we're a really strategic team to pick. We don't have a ton of big whales. It's a lot of like diversified, like we have probably one of the larger factions. In all of it, a lot of them are just like 50 people, just insiders kind of trading, but we're a real kind of like let's lift everybody up movement, kind of in the fashion of Nefty, and get a little bag together.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get us up to with maybe winning some trades and getting us up to at least 50. We're 51 right now, so and we're
once my $10,000 plus in AVAX, because I also sent some USDC on AVAX to it. I'm just a total idiot, by the way. So I've like $10,000 or $11,000 just wait. I was transferring it there so I could start farming XP with it, right? So I'm last season I had like 150,000. I'm only at like 30,000 because I haven't been able to really fund it.
So is it volume? The more volume you're trading, the more XP you get, I would assume.
Kind of, but different swaps. It's like based on the fees. There's different swaps that give different XP. If you are staking home, you get a 3x multiplier if you stake it for a year. So that's super worth it, right? Like it's up to a certain amount. Say you buy $200 a home and stake it, I don't know if you just get the whole multiplier for the whole time. You might get 3x until the next time. I don't know what the minimum is. So definitely check that out, but I think it's a move. Yeah, I'm bullish on this one. I guess the last one I would ask you to check is Arena, because I exited. I had some just kind of personal concerns about the over financialization and just felt like it was losing the community, so I just wanted to put it in some things that are safer. I went into a black and I'm doing pretty good there. I opened up a liquidity pool or whatever, a pool with black and wrapped AVAX, and I'm up $500 in 10 days. So pretty happy about that decision on like a 3K bankroll. And then I've done some other things. I just wanted to diversify a little bit, right? So we've seen the Arena chart. It has cooled off quite a bit over the last week, 2 weeks. Where do you see us heading from here? Because I like the platform and I want to support it,
Well, looking at the daily, not overly great right now. This could be a huge head and shoulders, which is not good. Because let me erase my previous work. So our falling wedge did break out, but kind of just flatline sideways.
I'm looking at your Bitcoin chart right now on
my Bitcoin chart. You should be seeing, I'm showing on the stream, you should be seeing the my deck screener right now.
Oh yeah, it's just lagged.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah,
all right, so if this is a head and shoulders, shoulder would be here, and this is the head. Then the length of the head from the shoulder, and that would get your move. That would be a massive dump. If that plays out, that would be a dump from here down 147%. If that's the case, that's on the.
What would make that happen or not happen?
Well, this is on the daily, so this might take a long time to play out. So again, it's a small cap. Things could change really, really, really quick. So this is what I had. My previous work that I had was support and resistance. Because you don't have a whole lot of data to go off of. So before we were talking about it, I drew these 3 support and resistance lines. We lost this one. We kind of stopped at the bottom of it. Eventually we lost it. We tried to come back above it, got fully rejected. And so we're on our way down to here. We're on our way down to 0.05531. So from here, you're probably going to hit the bottom of that channel. I don't see why you don't. And that is...
So that's the time to buy maybe though, right?
That's probably another 21% down from here. And you're going to bounce around here. And that's going to basically bring you to like the bottom of, ever.
Like a generational buying opportunity.
Potentially. Again, you know how it is. And, this market is brutal and some things just don't ever come back up again. But, a lot of times you buy a bottom of an altcoin and you're patient and you get all the goodies when it goes up.
100%.
I
think Jason's a great founder. I think he has great ideas. I think they're doing a lot right. We just saw what happened with Pump Fund though, right? There's court cases. I was reading something Beanie did that was basically an exit liquidity casino is what they're calling it. And I feel like it did feel a little when liquidity was coming in, it was great. And it felt like everybody was winning. But as soon as it dried up, it felt like it was very concentrated and who was running these. And then it became very obvious who was at the top of every single winning token very early.
I'm going to be absolutely honest. I'm not an arena ambassador. I don't plan on being. And I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
This is my honest opinion. A lot of the streams on the arena are not good. The
Okay.
quality of the content I see for the most part, there are a good handful of people that are making good content on here, but we need
Mhm.
more. We need more people pushing good content like
Yeah.
that. And the whole financialization, the meme coins, and I know J Chains used to talk about a lot of people just begging for coins, and I do see that people just wanting airdrops and tipping. Even when I stream, I
Yeah.
do my personal stream. People will come in and be like, "Yo, what are you gonna tip?" I was like, nothing. like I'm not gonna tip anything. I'm
Bro,
here to
I'm
like
poor.
have a stream, build a
You're supposed
community,
to tip me.
right?
Like, I feel like it inverse. Like, they try to get a bunch of people into their show. Like, let me just pay you to come to my show.
Yeah, you gotta make people. You gotta create content that people want to see, and not just like a tipping party or a live
Yeah.
stream of you just streaming a launch of a coin because it's just extractive. And
Yeah.
I really believe that this is why I like having our show here because I feel like doing content here is really good. And to be honest, there's a lot of stuff I've been keeping my eye on the arena. I've been watching a lot of streams
Mhm.
in the background at work and doing and really paying attention to the chats. There's a lot of people botting their streams. Some of the big channels on here
Oh,
that
I
I've
know.
seen are botted, and it's so obvious to tell because they're getting
It's
followers.
everywhere,
it just
though.
it just
Like,
ticks up, and for me,
I
I'm
know.
not about that. So it's quality. You want actual organic engagement,
Right.
and I'd rather grow slowly, getting organic engagement than just botting it away because no one's really talking to you. You know what I mean? It's fake engagement.
Yeah.
So that's my honest
It's,
opinion.
yeah.
I think what Jason is doing is good. I love seeing that he's always talking about it, always looking for updates, listening to the community,
Yeah.
and that's what you want out of a platform. I just want the people creating on here to like step up their game and make some good content.
Yeah, yeah, attracting the good creators. And I think, Pumpkin was going to try doing that too. And I just don't know that meme marketplaces exist. I mean, they're great for bull markets, right? And then the second the music stops, it's like, I think it does more damage to crypto every time. So should we
Yeah,
be promoting and pumping these meme cycles? Why not just altcoins, and coins that are built like the different, like it starts with the Q.
but you know how fast it could change. Like the feeling of crypto, like the mood can change like on a dime. Because as soon
I know.
like, when we get to a point, like for example, like if Ethereum makes a new all time high, a lot of your coins are around all time highs. You're gonna have huge euphoria. Meme coins are gonna be a thing. NFTs are gonna come back. You're gonna start seeing projects come back because everyone's euphoric and just like think back to
Super
like
Yetis to a 1/8 floor,
yeah, think back to November of 2024. Everybody was euphoric. Everything was popping off. You can make a trade and you're going to be successful. And it's going to happen again. There's going to be a portion of time, whether it's a month or 2 months of altcoin season,
Mhm.
and you're going to get that again. And you're going to start to see things come up. And these altcoins,
Yeah,
because they're so new, like they don't really follow like a traditional, like they're not going to follow patterns like Bitcoin does. So they can
yeah,
flatline at the bottom and then all of a sudden just rip up and go up like 300-400% in like 2 days. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
What about suing? That's what I'm interested in. I'm actually not, I don't, I'm not a big Sui Maxi. I don't know a ton
neither am
about the
I.
technology. Just like I had some experiences with certain team members back when I was co-founding Sedona and just didn't vibe, right? Like, so I've
Mhm.
never paid much attention to it, but they seem like they're coming back. Like,
I've never watched
and
a
then there
Sui
was the
chart.
hack. So yeah, I'm just curious because I've had actually some people shilling me Sui in the timeline lately.
I
So I'm
know
just
Raul
curious maybe what
Paul
they
loves
got going on.
Sui.
He does.
It's a
Okay.
competition to Solana. So
Okay.
here's what I see. We are above the 200-day moving average on the daily, which is nice. Kind of looks like we're kind of
Mhm.
curling over a little bit. So we got to hold it. We got to hold the daily 200-day moving average. So either we're doing something like this and we're going to dump. So a little, bear flag or uptrending channel, which is continuation, which would lead us to here. Maybe we can rise up a little bit and we dump and we
Yeah.
revisit these lows over here. We revisit these lows. That would bring you down to $2.60 around there. That's potential. We do have a head, a shoulder, and maybe we're making the other shoulder right now. Maybe this is that shoulder. So it looks like on the daily, I see not super bullish. And then I also see an M pattern. Okay, I'm doing this live, so I'm just like, this is literally me
Yeah,
doing it
yeah, yeah.
live.
No, you're
So
good.
I see an M pattern right here. Yeah, so we might actually come back down to here, come back down to
Okay.
this line. So that could be
Okay.
a potential, and the head and shoulders that will play out and bring you down there potentially. So we might do something like so we might do something like this. We break out, come down, and maybe we stop here. We do another one. It's like a downtrend, right? And then
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
kind of the whole market, right? Like I think we have to like put that in context. Like we're looking at a lot of these tokens in like a very uncertain time. So
well, just think of the train of events here that I talked about. I talked about Bitcoin could potentially go down to 108. If it goes down to
yeah.
108, then this will play out, right? If it bounces to the top of, and you see Sui here at the bottom of the channel, if Bitcoin does go to 115, 116 before it initially dumps down, you're gonna see Sui pump up to the top of the channel. Like it'll bounce, it's gonna rise up in this channel, and as long as it's respecting this channel, you can trade it. So for example, if you want to put a trade in for Sui right now and you believe that this is the channel, this is the pattern. So what I would do is I would put a long right here. I'll put a long right here. Take profit would be at the top of the channel, and the stop loss would
Okay.
be breaking the channels, right? I would come at the bottom of the channel, the bottom of this first wick here, right? That's what
Right.
I do, and that would be my trade. I would just trade this channel. I believe we're eventually going to break to the downside. So what I would do is I would trade it to the top, take my take profit at the top of the channel, and then if it breaks the bottom of then initially we believe it's going to break down, you would short it. So you after we get rejected by the top, it comes down, you can put a short in and you can ride it all the way down.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, that was just a random one I've just seen in the comments lately, and I was a little bit curious.
You know what?
It.
I love
You
it
need to
because
go on
it's
Leslie's show too, because
pardon
you're
me.
so good at breaking down the chart. You need to go on Leslie. I'm going to tell Leslie she has a new show called the Meme Report, and I think you give some of the. I think you should go on her show. She's with Goxine and those guys.
Oh yeah, I know Gokshi. That's Julie is with Gokshi Media.
Yeah. Julie too. So she's doing that new show, and it's been really. I went on it a couple weeks ago. She had her second episode this week, so I think you have some good takes for those. We got to put you on the road a little more. Mike is the like smartest, best upcoming. I wouldn't even call him a content creator. He's more of like a media personality, I guess, like more professional than myself. I won't call anyone else out. But like you know, that's your niche, right? Like I like to be funny and talk shit on the internet. That's my niche, you know, and I'm not the smartest trader here, but I'm good at identifying vibes. It takes all kind of people to make the space go around. But I think you're really crushing it. And I think we need to get you on.
I just love numbers and data and patterns and
I'm sorry to
and
screw
all
up.
that fun stuff. I know. I do the boring stuff, guys. I do the boring stuff. I
So
do the
I
boring
don't
stuff
have
for you, and then I break it down, and then
like
Mikkel
this
can make
is
fun
like
of
a
me.
relationship. And me and Brooke do the same thing. Like we just laugh together, and she's the smart one, and I'm like, yeah, but what about this? And
You know what's funny
like,
though? You say that it's so crazy because like you're like that, and I look at and I envy that. It's like I don't know how to turn that on because I'm such a logical thinker that it's really hard for me to turn off that logic and go to the goofy side because I'm just like I don't know how to do it anymore. Like so that's why I like the balance that we have here.
Sent his silliest soldiers to fix the world. Like, I think if we're gonna like, we can't win the war with logic to like save the world. I really do feel. I mean, I feel like crypto is fighting for the future of money, and like, where is the money? In whose hands is the future of money going to end up? Because that will be the ruling class.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, there's days that I'm like, fuck this shit. It takes all my time. I have no life. I have no, you know, and I love it, but it is like FFV was saying, it's work responding to that many people a day. But then you think about the alternative. And if the people that actually care about this doing what crypto is supposed to do, uplift third world countries, get us on a more fair financial system, fight inflation, fight government. If we want it to do all those things and good people don't stay and fight for that, we're just repeating the banking system, the financial system 2.0 with the same people
Yeah.
pulling strings at the top.
I got to a point where I really understood crypto. I'm like, holy shit! Like, you can change your life in this space, and that's why I decided to start
The
making content,
world.
because I want to help the people, because I was one of those people. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
lost. I was lost. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I knew I wanted to make my life better. I didn't know how, and I started looking at other investment places. I'm like, it's gonna take 20 to 30 years to invest
Yeah.
to get where I want to
Yeah.
go. And because, inflation is a thing, I don't even know if when I get there, if I'm going to be able to afford anything.
Yeah.
And when I saw crypto and I saw, how crypto is and how it's a hedge against that, like, oh, okay, you can be successful. Anybody can be successful. You just got to put your time and energy into it. And that's why you said it is work. It definitely is work. And you have to get yourself out of your comfort zone. And
Yeah.
you've gone to where you are in life because of the person you are. But if you want a different life, you have to let go of the person you are and become somebody different.
Yeah. I love Elon's quote is the state of your life today is a direct result of the decisions you made 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And
my
I
God,
always
absolutely.
always think about that because I'm really proud of how far I've come. I still have a lot more I want to accomplish, but like, man, I did start, I'm sober. I got sober about 8 years ago, and just started slowly making better decisions. And I was successful before. Like I was a function, until I lost my sister. I don't want to go off into that story, but I was like 60, I had a 4.0 in college, I was in grad school. It wasn't like, and then just a tragedy happened and it totally threw me off track. And, I had a couple hard years where I made a lot of bad decisions, and crypto has helped keep me inspired and get me back on track. And, for people in middle age who, maybe go through a divorce or financial, and they're kind of starting over, like this is one of the last paths, I think, to meaningfully change the financial trajectory of like you and your bloodline's future. Like, again, like FFV was saying, like one of the last frontiers of disruption to shift the power dynamics of, whatever the ruling elite. I'm not going to go all conspiracy theory tonight, but
I totally believe.
did.
We should do like a show with Brooke and just go like fully like this conspiracy theory and everything.
G-Gen, like
A G-Gen hour or
wild
whatever.
theories. Yeah. And just like say crazy shit and be like, we're just talking about conspiracy theories. It's like
Right.
total clickbait.
Truth seekers. We're truth seekers.
That's right.
All
All
right.
right, dude. Well, I'm gonna get some bed. I got kids in school again.
Before we go, I'm going to leave you with a trade.
Please do. I need to make some money. I'm down only lately.
Okay, so in this channel, I see a rising channel and then that ultimate drop to 108.
Where are you at? What chart?
Bitcoin
Okay,
on
I'm
the
delayed.
daily. So if you see my chart, I have it coming up in this channel, maybe hitting around 115, 116. I don't know. We don't know where the top of the channel is going to be. So I would look at it to reject the top of the channel, enter a short position, and put my short position at the bottom of the channel here, which will bring you about to 108, 108.8, 109, around there. And that would be your trade. You would wait for it to go rise up and then reject. And you can even put your trade at the bottom of the channel right here. So go up, it'll come to the top, bounce off, start losing the channel, enter the short, ride it down to the bottom, exit the short, and away you go. And then you put your stop loss just above the line here. So it would have to break the structure for you to lose the trade. So basically the top of the channel here. So it would touch the top of the original channel here. And that would give you a 2.31, not a 3-to-1 ratio. It's a small trade. I wouldn't hold it for very long. And then you can make a little bit of money here. Potential short.
Nice. I mean, that's a good one. At least I have something to do.
So we'll come back next week and we'll see where that trade is.
We will. We'll see you next week. I am going to take my butt to bed, but that was a really good show. I loved having FFV on. He has so much energy and so much value to share. I hope everybody follows him and checks out his show. Just, I love that we're really spotlighting like real good actors in the space that have been here for years, doing the right things and like getting that perspective of people who have been through these cycles before and kind of see how things played out. So hopefully everyone feels a little smarter after tonight. I certainly do. And we will see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m.
No.
We have a
Well,
we have a
I
VC.
won't be here next Tuesday. It'll be you. I'll be
Oh,
in
me and the
I'll be in Portugal.
I know it's the week after that. So it's me and the VC. So if you want to have a chat with a venture capitalist.
Hell yeah. Tune in next.
And InfoFi specialist. We'll be talking a little more InfoFi too. So
I might have to get Wi-Fi in the plane. I'll have to watch on the plane.
I know you'll be so jealous. I'm gonna have so much alpha.
I'm gonna troll you in the
Now
chat.
Now you need to record it. Oh, I forgot to record it. Sorry, you missed the alpha.
Oh no. All right, guys. Thank you for coming by, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Have a good night. Bye.